The market is red hot right now in Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Adam Snow with 𝐒𝐬𝐠𝐲 Realty. I'm a local real estate agent here in Birmingham, Alabama. In today's video, we're diving into the latest trends in the Birmingham market. While fewer homes are selling, we're still seeing properties fly off the market in just a few days and often selling above list price. In this video, we'll break down the numbers of last month and explore the cities with the most activity and discuss what this means for both buyers and sellers. Whether you're buying, selling, or just curious about the market, this update will have all the insights you need. Stick around as we go through it all and offer tips on how to navigate this competitive landscape. Let's get into it. Okay, getting into the numbers now. So you can see for the month of April for 2025, we had 611 closings in Jefferson County, which is down even from the lowest point in April of 2023. And you can see comparing that to 21 and 22, it's really about half of what we were doing then. So definitely fewer sold houses for the month of April. We'll kind of get into some of those numbers and I think kind of the reasons why. So all of Jefferson County, we have 2,159 active listings. And that's up from 1,700 last month. So we've got a little bit more houses for sale than we had last month. 2.83 months of supply. We were closer to 2 months last month. So more active listings, less houses being sold. We're kind of seeing that a little bit. Buyers are just a little bit more hesitant to buy houses, kind of waiting on houses to be a little bit more perfect. And so we're seeing that. You can see median days on market is 12 days, up from 6 last month. Again, so more houses on the market, more houses are sitting. Still median sale price is up about $10,000 from last month. So that's great to see. We're seeing houses sit longer. We're seeing a little bit more houses come on the market. And I think a lot of that has to do with, one, there's just not as many buyers as there was. Two, I think buyers are getting a little bit more picky about the houses that they're making offers on. Houses that are not in the best condition and then aren't priced accordingly are just sitting. They're just sitting and they're going to sit. And they're just not getting a lot of action on it. The beautiful houses that are priced well are still going really fast. 1-2 days on the market. It's just those houses that aren't perfect and then aren't priced accordingly, that are still kind of priced around market price, are just sitting. It's just kind of where we are right now with that. I wanted to kind of break down single family homes and condos. So median days on market is 10 for condos. 0.55% above list price in April, and then the median sale price overall was $230. One thing I like to point out is the different price ranges. So you can see that the under 200,000 sold at negative 0.5% under list price, whereas above 400,000 sold 4.94% above list price. I think that's interesting, and I think it kind of goes along with the same thing that we're seeing with the single family houses, is that the lower priced houses are being the most affected, whereas the higher priced condos and single family homes are being the least affected by interest rates. Under 200,000, 26 days on market, there were 10 sales. And again, I already mentioned negative 0.5% below. So we're 0.5% below list price is what the negative means. Under 300, so 300 to 200, median price was $239, 10 days on market, 15 sales, and then 0.08% below list price, so getting lower. 400 to 300, we had 5 days on market, 4 sales, and also 9.42% under the list of sold price. And again, the above 400 had the highest, 3 days on market, 3 sales, and 4.94% above list price. And then single family houses, I mentioned this in a couple months ago, but what we're seeing is the houses priced above that 600,000, 500, 600,000 are the ones that are performing the best. So at 200,000, below 200,000, 32 days on market, 138 sales. So the second most group of sales. And then we're 4.85% below list price. I think I mentioned this to someone else, kind of these kind of numbers, and they were shocked about it. But I think it makes sense, at least to me. I think the ones that are buying in that price range are the most affected by the interest rates. And I think we're currently just priced out, or we're just continuing to wait to see if anything changes. And the houses in that price range are just sitting the longest. The 201 to 400, 22 days on market, 196 sales. So this is the bulk of the sales, 0.88% below list price. And then the 401 to 600, 5 days on market, 118 sales, 0.49% below list price. So getting closer. And I think I could have done this range in a way. So if I'd have done 500, probably would have, if I'd done 500 to 700, that percent below list price would have changed. 600 to 800,000, 4 days on market, 41 sales, 2.58% above list price. And then everything greater than 800,000, 3 days on market, 52 sales, 6.88% above list price. So again, it's the same thing we've been seeing pretty much this whole year, is that the higher price stuff. So I would say, yes, the median sale price for Jefferson County is $333,000. So we're closer to what you would call the luxury price for Birmingham. So that 800,000 and above, we're seeing things going the fastest and the most over. And that's kind of the thing we've been seeing all of 2025. For Mount Brook, for April, 32 homes sold since April 1st. 3 days on market is the median. 959,450 is the median list price. You could see for last 3 months, so January to March, it was 849,000. So we're up almost $100,000. Median sale price it was $1 million for the last 3 months. It was 929,000. So again, we're up for Mount Brook. I think it just shows the popularity for Mount Brook and the desire to be in there. 3 days on market. Vestavia saw 54 homes sold in April, 4 days on market, 587 median list price, 577 median sale price. So 1.62% decrease from list to sale price for Vestavia, which is a very surprising thing. Kind of surprised me a little bit, but yeah, you can see for the last 3 months where we were. List price was 564, sale price was 589. So this number is actually gone down a little bit for Vestavia. Homewood, 28 homes sold in April, 3 days on market, 495 median list price, 502,500 sale price. That's a 1.14 increase list to sale price. And again, you could see what the numbers were for the last 3 months, 459. So we're up $40,000. The same to sell price, 465. So it's pretty impressive. Just in the last 4 months, the appreciation we've had. Hoover saw 74 homes sold, 5 days on market, 484,900 median list price, and then 503,350 sale price, 3.8 increase from list to sale. And I just, again, pointing out all of these, 439, that was the last 3 months list price, 461. So again, up almost $40,000 in the sale price, the median sale price from the first 3 months to April. All right, downtown Crestwood, Forest Park, Highland Park. I group all these together because they're kind of right beside each other. 42 homes sold in April. Median days on market was 11. 349,950 is the median list price, and then 400,000 was median sale price. which actually is up. So for the first 3 months, they were actually selling less than sale price. As you can see, $349 and then $339,500 was the medium sale price. So this actually has gone up in April versus the first 3 months, which is an interesting thing. I think Crestwood, Forest Park, Highland Park, they're all really popular areas. I was kind of surprised to see it, how it was for the first 3 months. So I think this is more in line with what we'll see for the rest of the year for this area. All right, Fultondale, Gardendale, Mount Olive. Again, I combine all these because they're kind of right there and they're going to be similar looking. 23 homes sold, 32 days on market. Median list price was $269,900, and even for this area, that's up $19,000 for the first 3 months. Median sale price was $260,500, which is a decrease, but still up from the first 3 months, which was $242,800. So even though we're still not selling above list price as a whole, median sale price is still up for April for the first 3 months. So it's good to see. It's good for this area. Still seeing appreciation, even if it's not as fast as some of the other areas, still seeing it. Irondale, 20 homes sold. Median days on market was 21. Medium list price was $309,950. Medium sale price was $305,500. So still a decrease. Not as much of a decrease as it was the first 3 months. So I'm still seeing things pick up even in areas like Irondale, because you can see medium list price was $337,950 for the first 3 months, and then medium sale price was $325,450. So obviously we were down in our purchase and sale price for Irondale for the month of April. Just something to keep an eye on. So what does this mean moving forward? As buyers kind of settle in, I think we're kind of getting the idea that rates aren't going to change too much, at least for 2025, unless something happens in the future that we don't know about, with all the stuff that Trump's doing with the tariffs and stuff. If it affects it in a way that changes things, then maybe we'll see a bigger change in rates. But from everyone I've talked to, from everything that I've seen, I don't see these rates changing too much 2025, sadly. So I think buyers are always coming to a realization of that, and you're seeing that in some of the areas where things are selling a little faster than they were. We're seeing some appreciation in the last couple of months. Things to know if you're a buyer. If you're in some of those areas like Homewood, Vestavia, Mountain Brook, and even Hoover, I would say that, especially looking at that price range, and for most of those areas, you're going to be in the 400 and above. Know that things are selling a little bit faster. Know that you're going to have to, if you like the house, you may have to put an offer in it fairly quickly, and know that there's a chance that you're going to have to go over, especially if it's a good house. And it's like I was saying at the beginning, houses that are pretty and they're priced accordingly are still selling fast. And so that's something to know. On the flip side, I think there's opportunity here for buyers at all cities for the most part. If you can find a house that maybe it's not as pretty right now, maybe it needs some cosmetic stuff, paint and floor and that kind of stuff, there's opportunities to get in and get a house. If it's not under list price, it's getting all your closing costs covered. I'm seeing this across the board in all the different cities. If you're willing to put in a little bit of work, if you're willing to paint, put in some new floor, do some cosmetic updates, put no countertops, that kind of stuff, there are opportunities to get a house under list price, under market price, and or get all of your closing costs covered, because there are those houses out there that are sitting, that there's opportunity there. So if you're willing to take that on, I think that opportunity is here. And whenever rates do change, those opportunities will go away. They just won't be there anymore because there'll be such a big buyer pool that even those houses will get swallowed up. But I think right now, where we are in today's climate with the rates that we are, I think there's opportunity there. Those would be where I would be pushing my first-time home buyers as well. Looking at grant programs to get that money. Like I said, I just had a buyer that actually had money for closing costs, had a decent amount, put 20% down, but still got a grant program that was able to apply towards her principal, so it reduced her purchase price down. It reduced her principal mortgage down so that her payments were a little bit more affordable. So there are programs out there to make things more affordable and help first-time home buyers. So if you're in that pool, definitely reach out because there are opportunities. With sellers, price is still so important. I think even more important now than it was 2 years ago when rates first changed, because we're just seeing buyers that are just not willing to bite on houses that aren't perfect and aren't priced accordingly. If your house needs work, it's fine. It just needs to be priced accordingly. I think houses that are priced accordingly that need work are still selling because buyers can see that. But even if your house is beautiful, it still has to be priced accordingly, because the price has just been such a big factor here recently. Buyers just aren't willing to make that change because they don't have to as much. Buyers are having the ability to be able to sit and wait for a little while before they make a decision. So make sure your house is priced accordingly. Priced accordingly, it will sell 100%. Because pretty houses sell, they always sell. I just had a listing in Fultondale where I just showed you days on market is over 30 days for that area. And we were at the lower price range, priced at like $215. So where it should have been a lot longer days on market, we were able to get that house in contract in less than a week. It was because we were priced accordingly. We had really good pictures and we had really good marketing, and the sellers did a great job of making the house look pretty. So all that to say is presentation and price are so important as a seller. If you have any questions about any of the cities that I pointed out, all my contact is below. Would love to reach out to you. If you have any questions about any of the cities I mentioned or didn't mention, please reach out. All my contact is below. Would love to help. If you need professional help buying or selling in the Birmingham market, love to help. Again, all my information below, my phone number, my calendar link. Would love to reach out. Until next time, I'll see you later.